All right, now then, let's see about getting this all finished up. Let's see, let me get this little bit of this pencil off of here. It's a little distracting. Anyway, we got the first set of guys all drawn and cut out. We've got the second set of guys. Oh, our second set of characters. Oh, sorry about that. All drawn, and we just have to cut them out. So let's get to work on that. We're going to do this flat, unlike a lot of the projects we did do that were 3D, and and I tried to get them to stand up, and sometimes they fell over, and sometimes they worked out perfectly, and sometimes they didn't. Hopefully you found a way to make them work for you. We're just going to work on another flat project. And this, once again, you can take in its different elements, photocopy it, and then you can make it and remake it. Color it. You know, if you print it out, you can color it and recolor it. So you can make it more than once. Or you can just keep following the videos and make it over and over again. Whatever you want to do. Ooh. You know what? I didn't draw these two characters together. I didn't draw Max right on top of Jimmy. Their lines don't connect, so I am going to cut them out. I'm going to make them separate. Since Max wasn't drawn like these three as part of the group. He is, of course, still part of the group, but I didn't connect them with lines. And that's okay. Actually, it might be more interesting that way. Right, so, whoops. Ooh, I just thought of something else we're going to do. Maybe we will have to make this a little 3D. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's see what happens. You always have the option of 3D or just flat. Because we've covered how to make them 3D in enough videos where it's really easy. You're a pro now. All you have to do is make those paper rolls. The paper rolls that we've made a whole bunch of times. There we go. Right, there's Max. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, that could work out nicely. Now this has me thinking about doing something else. Let's cut that bush out, shall we? I said we were going to, and now we are. Oh. I like changing my mind. It used to be very hard for me to change gears and try and think in different ways, and now I enjoy it. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. So when we first started this, I was very anxious and upset and watching too much news. So when we finished the last video, I had something to eat, and I didn't watch any news. I feel a little bit better. The news will be there later. The trouble will be there later. The changes, which are very exciting, will be there later too. Why don't we move? Oh, you can't. Let me see. If you were going to photocopy this, you would have to photocopy the bush all by itself, because once this is pasted together, it won't fit on the photocopy paper. So just please keep that in mind. Playing with an idea here. Those characters are there. See, in my original drawing, Joel was up high. I did this all on one piece of paper, so I set it up differently. Yeah, so if you were going to photocopy, you could photocopy the bush all by itself, and then each little grouping by themselves. Poop. Now I'm upset with myself that I wasn't thinking, that I didn't plan. Okay, so we were going to do this flat. We might not. We might do this set flat, this set of guys flat, and then do these up here. Certainly be very interesting. Or we could glue them down here, but then that gets kind of convoluted. Well, look at how interesting that is. Look at how interesting that is, just changing ideas. And we've got Jimmy and Bugsy over here talking, Joel and Dixie up here talking, and Max sitting and looking at Jack and wondering how he can help, or if Jack needs a friend. And I think I like that better than the original layout. This makes it really interesting. There's a whole nother idea going on. I think I hear thunder again. I think I'm liking this. You do whatever you want, but I think I'm going to go with this. It's a new idea. So you can always photocopy this on one sheet of paper, this bush, and then glue it on. Because see how it's sticking up? You won't be able to photocopy it if you try and photocopy everything once it's glued down. So let me see. Look at that. We did all that work on that bush, and now we're going to cover it. And it's okay. I think I want to put some grass down in here. So we'll grab a piece of scrap paper. We don't need it. We don't need it big. We only need it. Okay. Let's see about gluing. Yeah, this is going to work. Okay. Thinking I'm going to do this. Thinking big fat pen. We have to be careful because this Sharpie can bleed through. You know, I did that a little backwards. That's okay. See how this works. Let's cut this out and see how this works. A lot of my work is about trial and error, even when I'm painting. It's about not worrying about looking perfect. Thank God, because I'm never perfect. It's about trying to work with what you have, and sometimes rethinking things on the fly, being open enough in your heart and mind to rethink, recalibrate, and just do. This should be an adventure, and it should be fun. It shouldn't be about being perfect. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, we're going to put a little bit of grass down. Poink. Good. Just squiggly lines and lines up, and we've got some grass. That's all it is. Let me put some glue down. So those guys are sitting in one area. That's what that grass says. Now it looks like Jack wants to leave, or is thinking about leaving. Because he's upset over something. We don't know what. Where do we want them? Well, I've decided that Max is going to be looking at Jack, which I love because we're talking about community and friendship and sharing and support and coming to resolutions. So I love that one of the characters is acknowledging Jack. Let me see you. That really completes the idea or conveys it. And then we want think. And look at, we just made all that grass and now we're covering it up. I'm thinking, oh, they've got to go somewhere, so let's make up our mind. We'll just put them right there. Spent all that time on the bushes and then the grass, and then now we're covering them up. But they're just a tiny detail. Not everything has to be important and in the forefront. So let's see about making some other details. How about if we put grass here with Max, over here, a little bit of grass back here. Ooh, kind of looks like his tail. Let's try a little over with Jimmy. Okay. Just little tufts. Maybe a little tuft of grass over there with Jack. I do like this. Although I wish Max had a smile on his face. I want him to be concerned. Whoops, but not overly concerned. Okay. So here's what else I was thinking we should do. We should make some leaves. That would be good. So we're experts at this now, so let's just grab the pen. We're going to draw a line and two curved lines. Line, two curved lines. Line, two curved lines. We're going to make just groups of leaves like that. A line, two curved lines. Whoops. A line, two curved lines. Line. Whoop. All right, we may not use that one. That came out bad. A line, two curved lines. Line, two curved lines. Just a couple of curved lines. You can make however many leaves you like in a bunch. It doesn't matter. Line. If we don't use them here, we will use them in another project. I have a little box with extra bunches of leaves in it. I have boxes with Jimmy's and Jack's. I have boxes with Max and all the characters. And extras of a lot of things I've drawn. We don't need a lot. We really don't. But I like to give myself options. Right. So I'm going to start cutting mine out. leaves. Oop, I just cut another one. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Ooh, cut another one. Cutting too fast, maybe. It's okay. It's all okay. Okay, I didn't like that one anyway. I think we're about to get another rainstorm, which would be the third very big one we've had today. My street keeps getting flooded. Let me see something. I just want to show you something very quickly. All right, you see, this does not look bad. It just doesn't look great because these guys, they've got all these nice big lines, so we can color them if we so choose. And then the background, we made it very chaotic. I always do. It's very, very chaotic because that's how bushes are. But I want you to see something because this feels like it's not part of this. See what I mean? They just don't feel like they work together well. But when we put on some leaves, grab my glue stick. When we start to put on some leaves, it starts to feel cohesive. They are all part of one idea, one drawing. And so that's why I add the leaves on. It helps make everything feel as one. Do I want to put that back there? Nope. Another one over there by Jack. See how all those squiggly lines were helpful in drawing the bushes. But the smooth lines and the open white space in the leaves help to tie this portion of the drawing up to that portion of the drawing. Both sections feel like they belong together, if that makes any sense. Yep. this way. I think. I am overthinking this. Just do, don't think. Yep, just gonna put that right there behind Jimmy's head. See, now this section feels like it belongs with the characters below. They feel more cohesive. And I love, it was a happy accident that I didn't have lines connecting, excuse me, Jimmy and Max. It was an absolute happy accident because look at, now we have another idea going on. These two are chatting. These two are chatting, and then we have these two having an interaction, and that's just what we want. If Max had been over here, as I originally thought, there would have been no connection. Jack would have had no one to connect to, or our idea of Jack connecting to anyone in the story never would have been there. So that was a happy accident. Now, since we have a little bit more time left, let's see, what else can we do to this? We could add more grass. We could add more grass, we could add more lines, but I'm kind of liking this. If this ends up being your coloring project, I think I like it as it is. The only thing we could add would be clouds, but I think that would get just too convoluted. It would be too much stuff. Let me see something. Yeah, that did nicely. Just adding a couple of lines. Okay. You know what? I think we're done. I'm sure we could add other things. We could add some flowers and things. But I think this is good, just the way it is. If you want to go ahead and add clouds, you want to go ahead and add flowers, go right ahead. But there we are. Here we are. There's our little community of friends. Pretty happy with it. Even though Bugsy is ginormous and Joel is a little small, it's okay. Doesn't matter, we did it. Okay, if you have any questions, you can write it in the comments below on my YouTube channel. I answer all questions. If you want to get a hold of me, you can email me through my website. You can, and there's links to it, I think, through YouTube. But if you want to email me, it's Becklane, BECKLANE 42@gmail.com. Let me write it down for you. If you have any questions or you want to show me what you've been doing, it's oh, I forgot my own address. Here, let me try again. Beck Lane 42 at gmail.com. Okay? So if you have any questions, you want to show me what you've been doing, get a hold of me through Gmail. You can also link to it through my website and, as I said, I believe through YouTube as well. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But I'd like to see what you've been doing. Okay, we did it. We did it. Time to take the real Bugsy for a walk. All right, ciao.